Welcome to this series where we are playing Transport Fever 2. In this part, what I'd like to do is start working on a completely new area of the map, setting up a brand new line, and hopefully that will increase our income even further. Now, before that, I'd like to say a big thank you for your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a question about this passenger line that I set up in the last part, because it's running between 3 towns, and I was asked whether I would actually change this route. General rule with this game, although it can vary, especially as you move forward with time, is that you only really want to connect up 3 towns with one line. And the reason for that is, if we come into here, you can see I've got the train here. This has got a full load on it. Now, if we actually track this train into this station, we'll see what happens. Now, there's quite a few people waiting at the station. You can see there's 54 people here. So if you watch now, see this train, well, empty. I don't know if you guys briefly saw that. Not every passenger got off at this station, so we didn't pick up that many. So we still left 15 behind. And this is one of the problems when you're running with a through station like this, because what can happen is if you get too complex a line, especially if you've got, say, and Stamford branch from big cities, and Gainsborough was a small town, because the passengers would be travelling between 2 large towns, the passengers here would never get a look in, they'd never travel. And what would happen is that even if you added extra trains, there's always a possibility, because you can see this train's come in, he's just offloaded again. Now he offloaded quite a lot. But you actually see, and you can see actually we've actually managed to empty that platform. But this is the reason why you don't build big colossal lines. And one way you can do it is, like, say for in the future we extend this line to where is it, Erith down here. So for example, I ran this line through, connected it to here, ran across here, and we ran down to Erith here. What I'd do is I would set a line up from Erith to Stainforth to Gainsborough, so that what you get is a kind of overlapping line of trains. So you wouldn't just run it to there and then do 3 of them there. But it also depends on how far the actual stations are apart. So that's something that you do need to bear in mind when you're actually setting up passenger lines. And also there's a fun element which we'll probably be talking about in this part, because we're going to shoot down the map now to the new area we're going to be working on. Now, I'm going to say in advance that I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get all this set up in one part, because it's going to be quite a complex route. Because what we've got is we've got Immingham here, which at the moment has bricks being brought in, but it needs to grow. But it's got a population under the 34. We've got a plastics factory here. We've got a single oil well here, which is not brilliant, but considering the nature of what we got here. And then we got Nuneaton. Then we've got an oil refinery here, which I'm going to keep the game paused because then we got a food factory here. Then we got Spalding that needs food. Now up in this corner, when the game first started, we actually had a plastics factory which disappeared. So what we got is a line effectively going from this corner right across the map to Immingham over there. But we've also got an opportunity here, because we've got a tools workshop here close to Nuneaton, and Immingham actually needs tools. Now I could set a road route up here, but I think there's an opportunity here to actually make a little bit of cash. Plus the fact we've got the plastics industry here. And if we come all the way up to here, we've got this goods factory here, which we're already supplying steel to. And this produces goods. And then and if you go back to Nuneaton, over here, you can see Nuneaton needs goods. So we've got a kind of quite a mega rail line here, because of course we've got 3 farms here. And doing the maths, I can't remember now, if we come into here, you can see that this food processing plant's got a peak output of 400 now, but it needs 800 crops. And each one of these farms, I think, are 200 each. You've got 200, 600 from the 3. So we need to get the entire output from these 3 farms up to there through a fairly complex web. That's probably the right way of saying it. Now, what I'm going to be trying to do is set up a line, and as I say, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work because we've got quite a lot of things to think about. I'm half tempted to make this into a goods delivery area for Immingham, because I think if we have a quick look at the goods here, yeah, you can see, in fact, let's go to, I can't remember which layer it is now. You can see the residential section is over here, the commercial and the industrial is down this area. And generally when games expand, they or generally when towns expand, they expand in that direction. So we've got the opportunity here for a fairly profitable route to deliver the goods to Immingham here. So what we're going to be looking at is probably a passenger station here, because is there any towns this way? No, there's not really any towns or anything out this way, and of course towns don't spawn. So what we're looking at Immingham is probably an end line from a passenger perspective. So what we're looking to build here possibly is a line that could come up to here. We could branch it through here, go out to Blandford Forum, is up there, and then we've got Cleaton Moor and Ongar here. We've got a possible 3-way passenger line there, possibly a passenger connection down to Nuneaton here. So we've got a lot going on, and the question now is whether we can actually put it all together. And this is, as I say, I've got a feeling I'm not even going to get this done in this video. So now to make money, we're going to need very direct routes. We're going to need to aim for there. But the first one I want to set up here is this plastics factory, because this is going to be a little bit complicated, and for a reason which you will see, guys. Because if I'm going to start with a across there like that. Now what I would like to do is get the port directly connected to this plastics factory, and let's just have a look at the terrain here. Now the terrain's not too bad. So what we're going to do first is we're going to kind of cut into here with the port, right, this bit here. So we're going to come into here, and we're going to cut into here like this. Now we've got to keep an eye on the bank here, because the bank itself could get a little bit steep. If it gets too steep, the port won't connect. This is going to cost a fortune, but you can see the bank is starting to get a little bit high. I think this is the smooth tool. If we can smooth that in a bit. Now we're going to go for 2 port, because this could become quite a major interchange. So we're going to, and I want to put the 2, please. Have a good water. See how big that terrain is there. So I'm not sure. Here we go. That will come there. That will now connect to there. Now comes the fun part, because what I also want to do is get this connected to the railway station. So we're going to have to make the road out here like that. And back a bit. And I want to put a, okay, here. It's not. That is confirm that. Yeah. So We need a bit of an angle. Oops, wrong way. And then of course the other thing we're going to need to put in here is a cargo platform that connects all three together as well. So hopefully I'll put just redeeming himself. And that is going to, it's about as far as it would go. We've now got quite a major interchange here. This is going to be the goods drop off for Immingham. So we need to keep this, and it could also be an import area here. So we're going to do this station first. Figure put in something like that. Forms is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm doing that calculation because it's going to be quite important. And then now what we've got to do is come from here, because you've got to remember is the crude oil will be going up to the oil refinery, and then the oil will be coming down to here. So what we're aiming at is we've got that there, and what I'd like to do now is cancel that here. What I'm looking for is, can we get, I put this next cargo station here, got a bit of a slope there. Would like it ideally about there, maybe, oops, something like that. Hopefully the road will connect up here. That will now connect up to there. And what we're going to need here is that's going to be the pickup line, that's going to be the fast up line, that's going to be the down line there. Now I'm not going to put any ships past this point, so we don't need to worry about going high. Quite literally almost dead straight track across the no, must be that one, isn't it? Because that's the down line. You're going to quickly through there, and then you're going to come into there because we're doing right hand drive, and then you're going to come out this way. To that hill is going to be a challenge, but I've got a solution for that. And then this is going to have to be an end return station, so you're going to have to come in like that. And then we're going to have to put a crossover. Should be a nice straight line. We should be able to get this tight crossover in. That. And then we're just put the hills in. And then what we'll do is take the line to in and out of here, but we're not going to worry about that too much. So we know we got a connection from here, oops, to here to here. Now comes the fun part, because I want to branch off from there. If we go straight through here, let's have a look at the contours. Yeah. We got this station here. Because the problem is, if I run the train through here, we'll probably hit a tunnel. Let's just test it and see. I'll just track up here. Run you straight north like that. The nice thing about this game is that you can actually kind of plan some routes without actually doing anything. That's 120 all the way through, so we're going to have a tunnel through there. We can then come off here and go to this farm here. I think that will work. What we'll do is bring this back to that. Hard back, can I get it? Actually, I think we're going to put a bit of a slight curve. So I want to head for Nuneaton. I think we can afford a slight curve as long as it stays 120. Because the reason I want this to be absolutely flat is that I'm building this for the long term now. Yeah, we're not building this just for trains in the 1800s. We're now building this for, you could say, a future fast line. And oops, and you can come into there. No need for a secondary crossover. We've now got this line coming up to here. Got Nuneaton there. In fact, I want that actually. It's just I'd like to go straight through here. I don't want to go too close to Nuneaton. Is there any way we can? What's the contours here like? I think what we might be able to do is leave the contours on actually into here. Flatten tool. Gonna do this slot. Take off the edge of this mount hill here. So we're going to need to smooth this through. This. Let me smooth this off a bit as well. It's back. Track on, so the train comes out here. Oops, the tunnel's disappeared. This could be fun. Could be able to. Let me just. Let me just. As long as it's 120, I'm not too worried about. Actually, I'm aiming for about there. Actually, that cutting could be useful. We get a force of cutting here. Ooh, that could be very useful. I'll just go up to here. Now, as we got this cutting here that's gone straight through the mountain hill, what we can do is we need to take a branch off of here. This is the upline, isn't it? So the upline can come in Yeah. Oops. Like that. Get rid of that road. You there. Now comes the interesting bit. What I want to do is pick them up here, bend the track a little bit further. Don't like this. I want to be further that way. Apologies, this will all make sense in a little while. View. But back that. And then we want to curve you like that. Now it looks like I haven't changed it, moved over that much, but that's a bit better actually. And sweeping curve like that, and curve through there like that. What I'd like to do, if possible, this collision. Okay, it's not going to play, is it? Okay, we're going to have to do it a different way. I think what we should be able to do is use the strength a bit. Press this down. It's the move this through like that. That should make it easier, make the connection in there. Now comes the fun bit. Now I'm going to be completely upfront, guys. I used to know how to do this, but I've kind of got a little bit rusty, and we may need to change this line again. What we're going to build here is a hybrid station, because Nuneaton's going to be a passenger line, but it's got no industries, but it also needs to deliver stuff. Now, actually, yeah, we'll probably have to put, I don't want to crowd the station. I think we'll start by putting the station here. And we're going to start with a passenger station. I want this to be aiming, I want it to be a fair distance away for, well, for, oops. So I think we're about right out about here. Put you there. Now the reason I want this station still very close. I think I'm going to push it even further out actually. We're going to put it almost right out here. I think you could literally go behind the oil depot if necessary. I'm going to put it right out here, but maybe we're just, and we're going to push it that way a bit. Maybe we're just inch it there. Again, I've got a passenger station. Now this is where the fun will start, because we've got a passenger platform here, and then whoops, I can now I need to configure. What I'm going to do is put in 1, 2, 3, like that, and I'm going to put much space if I got that way. A little bit of space. I need to think very carefully about this now, because this is, as I say, I used to know how to do this, but 1, 2. Now this station is 4 wide because it's 160. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to come. This is 1, 2, 3. Right. Like that. Actually, I want to take out that. Put in. We need. This is 1, 2, 3. Now, what we're going to do is take out you. And then we're going to put in 1, 2, 3. I think 3 should be enough. I think. Then again, we can always expand it later on. So, and we're going to put 1, 2. We're going to need another platform here, aren't we? I'm going to put in 1, 2. Dipping down, which is not good. This is 3. This is 3. Okay. Now we're going to take out you through the center. Ooh. Now, hopefully, I've got this right. I mean, strictly speaking, we don't have to put normal track through the center. We can put all normal train track there. But there is a reason why I want to do this. We're going to connect you up there. Have to go back to, oops, configure. Remove you. Come back here. Now, if I've got this right, I should be able to put a crossover there, over there, crossover there, and crossover there. So what we've now got is a station here that's a combined station. We got an up and down line cargo station, and we've actually got a up and down line passenger station. What this does is it allows us to be able to run composite trains, if that makes sense. I'll try and explain it as we go along. I think we're just gonna get this lot again. We'll make up my mind eventually. We're now going to run a track. But if it all goes wrong, I can always tinker with it later on. I think we're just run that 120 all the way through. Yep, good. We're going to run oh, that's no good. In there. Get rid of that. And that. What happened there? Try again. Run the line. Yeah. And we'll run you to there. It gives us a line there. And what we'll do is connection there, connection there. Now, a bit of a top tip here, guys. Click on here, it says none eaten, right? If I click on here, it also says, if I pin that and click on, what this does is this is two separate stations. So what we're going to do, and it can confuse the game. So we're going to rename you none eaten passenger. Oops, no. Just found none eaten. It's none eaten. So it's none eat and passengers, and then we'll put change you to none eaten. Oops. Right. Annoys me when the game does that. Okay. None eaten. Right. They're not hates. I8 or whatever it is. F-R-I-E-G-H. Oh, put the cursor over it. So it's quite important to name the two separate stations. So that's none eaten freight, because if we put a composite train in here, the train has to stop twice. That's why we got the slightly weird thing in the center here, because it means that, say, a freight train comes in, it's delivering to none eaten, it can come up here, go there and drop off there. And if there's just a passenger train, it can stop here and go out that way. But if you've got a composite train, it can stop here, drop the passengers off, go forward, go and drop off the cargo and reload there. And then we can then move on from this point here. Now, I'm kind of a bit inclined to swoop around the back of this. Then again, we've got this area here. Maybe, I mean, this is an oil refinery, but I'm kind of want to leave my options open, because there's an oil field over there. So part of me says that's the reason why I'm thinking of swooping around here, because we don't have a lot of track. Though we can make track that down there, can't we? Okay, let me just get rid of this road. I'm sure these buildings are going to be quite happily existing in isolation. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to put another good station in here. My instinct is to try and split the difference with these. So kind of put there, connect up with a road. That connected. I don't think it connected. Okay. Oops. That should have connected. Oops. That will connect there. Actually, what we could do, right, we're going to pick up the station from here. Well, come here, up track here, come out reasonably straight for so we can put that connection in. Okay, we got coal mine closing it in. We don't care. Right, we'll run you round like that. I think what we'll do is we won't go into the station, we'll just go past it so that we can just put a spur in, and then if necessary I can take a line off the back and come back in again. Right, so let's just plan our station here. Again, what I want to do is set a station back here, because again we're going to put in one of these composite stations. So if we put it's got to be close enough to this we can drop off in one go. I think what we will do is we'll put a road out like that, and then kind of aim, cancel. I want this to come out far enough to justify, because I want the have the option to swing the over there should an industry that was useful comes in there. So we will put in now. This one's going to be a bit different because we've got a passenger station here. Now this will definitely be a terminus. So kind of thinking we could come in, we could have like having a terminus effect here. So if I figure this up, but we may need, would we need a composite here? Oh. I'm just thinking we're going to have passengers coming in here, we're going to have grain trains coming in here as well. So we need a grain line, but we may also have a delivery. But would I, is there is, see if this develops, what does Spalding need? Spalding needs materials. We could put a composite train in here. So we could put a composite platform here, and then we would have another platform to drop the grain off. It's going to get complicated. Actually, remove you. I think we'll start with a goods train, actually. I think it'd be easier. A goods station, sorry, not train. And we'll start with 2 tracks. No, 1 track, because I want to build the station. Let me just shift E. Well, I think that's pointed roughly in the right direction. We got this one will be the platform for this one. We need to put in tracks, or like that. Put 3 out each that. We're gonna need to remove. Okay, I need to think this through. I think, yeah, if we remove you like that, that gives me the check change thing here. That means then we figure out we put 2. Same as last time, we'll put 3 on each side. Wait, don't float. 1, 2, like that. Next. So we got this here. We need to remove this section of track. No. Oh no. No, I made a mistake, didn't I? That has got to be the ordinary train track. And okay, this isn't going to work as well as it should do, should it? Because that doesn't fit with that, does it? Oh, that's annoying. I have another plan. We've got a passenger station coming in this side. We've got, right, I'm just going to remove that. Yes. I'm going to remove you there, there, and this line here. And what we, oops, no. You go. Platforms. We got the passenger line there. We may have ultra long trains here. So what we'll do, we can't connect to that, can we? So yeah, we're gonna have to remove you. Oh, this is getting complicated. You can run into there. Like that. Then we're here. Needless to say, I'm making this up as I go along. And then we're a track there. Now what we got here is a passenger station here. Passenger station here. If we're gonna, whoops, what have I got here? That's wrong. I'm sure some of you spotted that straight away. So what we got is the cargo trains can come into here and unload and go out again that way. If we got a composite train, if it's passenger only, if a passenger only train comes in, it can come in here and offload. If it's a composite train, it can drop the passengers here, go into here to the cargo station and drop off. And then what we can, I think it should work. And then you out like that. Put so put there. That. That means the cargo trains can just come in and out like this. The passenger come in through here, go into there. Passenger trains can come in and out and cross over there. And then a composite train can come in there and come back out this way. Well, that's the theory anyway. So now I'm gonna run around the back of that. We're gonna hook you up to there. 120 all the way through, like that. I mean, we're spending a lot of money, but did I see a 90 there? Why is that 90? The bridge there. Don't want a bridge. Okay. Yeah, certainly don't want the viaduct. That's bad news. Viaducts are slow. Yeah, I didn't spot that. I was... Okay, we're just going to have to put this through. On the ground. This... There. As I say, this line is being built for, and if for some reason we need to run off down there, we can branch off of here and go down into that way. So that gives us the power to go to there. Right, so we've got the up line here, off like that. And we're going to be very generous with our speed. Now, I suppose we can just come off here. This will run in our oil field. That. So we've now got core line going to Nuneaton to wherever it is. We need a depot. I need to connect up the what we call it, our kind of bit into, I mean, we could run off into there, but I don't like that idea. I say I wanted the line as straight as possible. We kind of kinked a little bit, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. We got that to there. We got the passenger line to there. Of course, we're going to need to connect up, but proper nice big flashy roads in. Actually, we could probably do a little bit of work on this term. Let's put some, try to make it look a little bit like a station. No, it's not necessary, but maybe something a bit smaller, maybe like that. I mean, this is quite a big investment, so we might as well make it look like it is part of. Now, of course, the way the game works is the connection is valid for both trucks and for things. Actually, cancel. Yeah, the connection is always valid for both trucks and passengers, so the game doesn't demarcate the fact that this is a cargo connection. Okay, we're just going to set the route up. Yeah, Nuneaton connected. I think I'll just bring you along here. At the moment, it's like a bit like a one-horse town, so Actually, I think I'd like to control road growth as well, so put that there. So we've now got this here. Ooh. Question is, where are we going to put the, what we call it? I think we got a bit of a space here for the depot, so we can put the depot in here. Tram depot. I mean, the depot is going to be tricky no matter wherever we put it, so, but I think we've got a bit of empty space here, so we can put the depot back about there, and we that will connect to that one, and that. So, and we'll put that on there. So we're now ready to put in our first route. I think probably the easiest way to do this would be to start up here. New line. Start Nuneaton sidings all the way to here and to there. For you, Nuneaton oil. Just call it Nuneaton oil. So we'll have that run backwards and forwards, and the line's good. Let's actually have a look at the line. See how it runs. Yeah, that's running through the center of that. I think we'll get that going. See if we can make some money on it, because I can do other work bits and pieces now. Setting up. No, let me just work on the routes first. We got Nuneaton oil here. Ah, that's the wrong station. It's a fail. Two. That is a bad mistake, wasn't it? Right. Let's put an oil train in. Start with one just to get the ball rolling. I want. Is it going to be worth the extra 10? Because we've got tractive effort of 15 kilonewtons. We've got more tractive effort, but we've got a flat track. I think we'll start with the Borzig. I can always upgrade it later on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want about 50. Need some oil. He's going to play Chugger Train between there and there. Right, so we've now got that running. I am going to create the demand for the ship. So we're going to create a route here. Because there's no point getting the oil route going if we don't get... Okay, we're going to have to put a port in here. This should be relatively easy. Famous last words. Take that a little bit. Hingham South, and we've got ship. Yeah, or plastic goods. The idea is going to be is that eventually we will have a line from there to there, and the ship depot's too far away, so what we'll do is we'll put a ship depot in down here now. Shipyard. I'm not saying why, I don't know why I'm calling it a ship depot, but it's outside navigatable waters. Gonna buy a ship. We'll stick with this one. Ships, plastics and goods, but it's not quite so fast. But we'll buy one of those and we'll allocate you to Immingham plastic and goods. And we'll just let you chug up and down, creating the demands. Okay, so we've now got that running. I'm not convinced that we've really got that much in the way of demand for passengers. So we won't worry about the passengers just yet, and of course we won't worry too much about that. Next thing we need to do is get up to the food line up here. So I think what we're going to do now is, ooh, it's going to be horrible. Probably going to need to delete some fields here. Cost me some money. What else have we got round here? We could put. Ooh. Now we'll come back to that. That's icing on the cake. We'll start with. The problem here is going to be we've got. This is one of the reasons why I was a bit dubious about a tunnel. I think we can get an end station in here. Be a little bit of a tight curve. I can get at least a little bit of angle on this. That's about as far as it's gonna go. So yeah, this one's not going to be quite so good. Okay, we're gonna have to kind of come up very high. Yeah, this one's not going to be ideal. That's the way it is. Beetle coal mine. Not really going to do much with that, are we? Nuneaton Farm 2. What you? Nuneaton. Nuneaton. Farm 2. That will make sense. What we'll do now is pick up this route. You're going to come here. You're going to pick up there. This is where we're going to put our bit of a wacky namey thingy. To that Spalding. Oops, what happened there? Okay. Spalding. Crops. 2. Now these lines are going to be a little bit sketchy. In fact, we need to name this. folding. Right. Name you folding passengers. Got the difference. It's also worth noting, if I actually show you here, I'll show you terminals. This says it's only got one terminal. And even though there is two terminals here, because the way the game does is when it comes to allocating terminals, the game distinguishes between the two stations. You've got one oil. We're going to need to get some more oil, but this is all a bit sketchy. But we're gonna be okay. Game. Buy. So we're going to stick with the cheaper trains to start with, and what we're going to need to do is cargo, and we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get up to about 50, 52. Again, we're just going to allocate you to Spalding Crop Farm. Where's the train gone? See what we got here. I mean, we should get the first oil in. I think what we can do now, this line's kicked into power, so manage the line oil. Oops, sorry. Nuneaton, your job is to wait for a full load now. We can get there down to 30 seconds. What you should do is come in and just drop off. Yeah. What is the Stadbom Halle? Let's take a look at that. It says oppressors. What's this thing? 40. Wow. Oh. Compared to that one, it's got a lot of tractive effort, but it doesn't have any top speed. Oh, this route looks like it's actually building up quite nicely. So, holding farm, manage line. I need to farm 2. Wait until it's fully loaded. And get that. I'll say these routes are going to lose a lot of money. I don't know, he's making a fair amount of money, but so we've now got that line there. This guy will come in here. Right, what next thing we need to do is create the demand up in Spalding for the crops. So we're just going to ignore Nuneaton just for the moment. So we've now got some oil that way. What we need to do now is get a little bit of demand here for want that set up so that it now what I want to do is plan my routes into here a little bit better than I've done before. See, the food is on this side, that's good, but we got a little bit of food over there. So we're going to come around here because what I want to do now is start getting away from not commercial, where is it? The residential area here. So this is the commercial area here. What I'd like to do is put a street across here. We're going to put in a doesn't cover everybody, unfortunately, so we'd have to put it there, but ideally I would like that. In fact, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to upset the neighbors a bit here. We put a road through there. We're never going to remove one building, it's going to cost a fortune, but I think it'd be worth it in the long run. So we kind of got more coverage now. We don't cover everything, but what we could do is be a bit sneaky. Put a cul-de-sac in there. That might help. That's not okay. We're going to build another road. I think we're just going to have to give up on that. We're just going to have to put it there and take the pollution. This is then again. This is a relatively short route, so we can always dump the performance up on the thing. So yeah, that might be an option. So Spalding food delivery. And of course, we're going to have to put the deputy thing out here. And eventually we'll probably have a when we put our public transport system in. Now, the demand for food in Spalding at the moment is, it's not bad, 69. So we'll start with, doesn't deliver food, so we'll use all cargo. Start with 5 of these. Assign you to the route. Holding food delivery. Quick check of the numbers. Oops. That's 39, so that's a reasonable start. So we've now got that here. And I've gone way over time on this video, so this is where I'm going to leave it. In the next part, we're going to carry on working on this line here. Just to see, I'm going to need to actually put some signals in here as well. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, in the next part, we're connecting these farms here. And oh wow, where did that come from? Okay, we've got another oily. That changes the setup up here. Chief, not in my backyard. Read an emission value as 80. Okay, right. We're going to need to. I'm going to need to think about this because we've got an oil field there, so we may have to have a route that moves up to here. Let me just pause the game, guys, while I think about this. Apologies. If I can get that second oil field online. Problem is that they're in the middle of nowhere and there's no money. We could, yeah, there's no money here, but we could, if I brought the line through here, out round there. Problem is that's a lot of track, but we could make the money because we'd be bringing the what we call it, the oil, the refined oil back down round here. Into here. I need to think about that, guys. Any opinions, feel free to chuck it in the video. Just to explain the achievement I've just got. If we go to Gainsborough, what you'll see is that the emissions up here are diabolical, and partly it's coming from here. I'm going to do something about this line because the other thing, because I've got a bit of a plan here. Because at the moment we've got some really menky wagons coming through here. If we actually look at them, very bad, very bad, very bad. That's what's causing bad. And it comes back to what I was just been talking about, is the route. And what I'm thinking is, if I come into here, I'll show you the, not that. Okay, I keep getting. Where is it? This one. Residential areas there, and if I show you the goods, the food is up here. So what I'm thinking is to move this rail line out about here, then we can deliver trucks into the food area, when that will keep them away from there, and then the route that delivers the actual crops from over there can just stay trucks moving backwards and forwards along a road here. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.